Welcome to episode 2 of Hello Sleep. I am really glad you're here. And if you are feeling overwhelmed or tired, exhausted, drowning in sleep deprivation, then you're definitely in the right spot because I share actionable tips that get you back your uninterrupted nights, gets you predictable naps, and we get your sanity back too along with it. And we do that by transforming your baby's sleep habits, and we do that together so you're not by yourself on this journey. It's going to be a really short, sharp, sweet episode where we identify your sleep goals together. Okay, this is really important. Last week we talked about where we are right now, what our current issues are, but we need to know where we're going in order to get there. If we don't know where we're going, we're just wandering around aimlessly, winging it, trying this, trying that. We need to know our goal in order to get there. So stick around and let's work it out together.
Hello, it's Brianna, your trusted baby sleep expert. I've had the honour and privilege of helping over 200 families now reclaim their nights, their naps, and their sanity. My passion for sleep was birthed out of when our eldest was a baby and we really struggled with her sleep. But when we sought help and got our sleep transformation, it pulled me out of a really dark place. Now, all I want to do is help other families escape sleep deprivation too.
Working out your goals, where you want to be, is a lot like this 50-cent coin here. It's like a coin, okay? I have this coin here, and working out your goals is like this, okay? So there are two sides to the coin. There are two sides to identifying your goals, okay? There are two parts that we need to look at. The first side is like the dream side. So we have to let ourselves dream about what success looks like for your family. So that's going to look different for different families because not everyone wants the same thing. What's problem for someone is not a problem for someone else, and we don't need to fix what's not broken. So if a family is co-sleeping, their baby is waking to feed 10 times a night, but they're happy, then there's nothing to change. We don't need to change anything about that. If it's when there's an issue, there's a problem, that something needs to change. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So, what does success look like for your family? We need to look at this side of the coin. We need to dream. Okay, we need to think about, okay, is it sleeping through? Is it the predictable naps? Is it waking once or twice for a feed and then resettling really easily after that? The important thing is there is no right or wrong, right? And we do not want to put limits on this. We are looking at what is your dream scenario like? Okay, what does that look like? We want to be detailed. We want to really envision what does it look like? What is it going to feel like if you have a baby that does not resist or fight sleep? If you literally are holding them, walking into the bedroom and placing them in their cot, and there's no tears, and they just, you look on the monitor 5 minutes later and yep, they're happily asleep. What does it feel like? What are the emotions you feel? What does it actually look like for sleep success in your home? And so now you have what your ideal situation is, okay? That's your dream, that's your ideal situation. Now you need to flip the coin, okay? And now we need to have a look at the flip side, which is where we ask the question, what is realistic for your baby's age? For example, a 3-month-old is going to have different sleep capabilities than a 1-year-old. What do healthy expectations look like? Now, we're going to be looking at naps down the track in future episodes and podcasts, but for today, I just want to look at overnight. What are healthy expectations? So, newborn 0 to 3 months, it's very, very normal, healthy to have a newborn waking multiple times a night for a feed. They have very little stomachs and they need to feed overnight. It is very reasonable to expect a few wake ups overnight when they are 0 to 3 months old. So when we talk about what are healthy expectations, let's talk about what that actually looks like. Okay, so from about 3 weeks to 9 months, that's a wide range, right? But um, we're looking at when your baby, let's say, is about 4 kilos, how many feeds? They need 2 feeds between the bedtime feed, the feed that they have at bedtime, which could be like 6 or 7 p.m., and the morning feed, which would be like 6 or 7 a.m. They need at least 2 feeds in there, okay? If you have a healthy baby and they have naturally slept through longer and have not taken the 2 feeds, that's okay. It's if it's when there are like weight gain issues and your health professional has recommended that you feed through the night, that you wake them to feed. Otherwise, if they sleep naturally through, they are fine. They'll have a nice big feed in the morning. But yeah, but in terms of what to expect, 4 kilos, they need 2 feeds in between, not including the bedtime feed and the breakfast feed. Okay, so 2 milk feeds in there. And then when they're about 5 to 6 kilos, that's where they're definitely not having more than 2 feeds. Okay, so if they're having more than 2 feeds and they are healthy and they are 5 to 6 kilos, they are between 3 weeks and 9 months, then you can look at reducing to 2 feeds. If they're around about that 5 to 6 kilo mark, then they're at the appropriate age and weight, and as long as there are no health concerns, remember, then yeah, you can drop to 2 overnight feeds. And then once we are about at 6.5 kilos, that is when you can drop to 1 feed. So I have a free guide on how to do this that I'll link in the show notes. But yeah, if the problem is that when we have like when you offer more feeds than what is needed, it can encourage overnight wake ups. So if overnight wake ups are not an issue for you and you are happy, then and you just want to feed whenever they wake up, then that's fine. But if you are wanting to actually look at reducing overnight feeds and encouraging sleeping through the night gently, then reducing the overnight feeds is one way to go about that. So 6.5 kilos is 1 feed. Then to reduce to no overnight feeds, again, if your baby has just naturally dropped all feeds, then that's more than okay. But if you are looking to like like work out what are healthy expectations for overnight feeds, then around about that the age for when your baby is ready to drop the overnight feeds can be anywhere from 4 to 9 months. So that is a very, very wide age range. More commonly, 6 to 9 months is when they drop that last feed, but definitely by 9 months, they're ready to drop all overnight feeds. This is when they are healthy, once they're established on solids, consuming at least 25 grams of protein per day. So that is just that sets the bar for where you want to be, okay? Now, we just want to keep in mind that when we're looking at our goal, there are no quick fixes, there's no magic solution, unfortunately. You're improving patterns overall. Regressions can still happen. You're not trying to achieve perfection, okay? So, for example, like you wouldn't when you're potty training a toddler, you're not expecting them just to get it all in the first day. Sometimes they do, and that's really awesome, but a lot of the time it's a process, okay? So, like, we can't expect the sleep habits to change instantly either. It's like my weight loss journey. So, I've been on a weight loss journey for like since my oldest daughter was a few months old. I started and I lost significant weight in a very healthy way. But you don't see results after one salad, or you don't see results after you just have one workout. You it's consistency over time that leads to progress, right? So it's when we're improving sleep, we want to focus on progress, not perfection. So it might look like maybe last month baby woke 5 times a night and now it's twice. And you can be like, well, that's progress. You're moving forward, you're moving in the right direction. And you can fast track a process definitely when you use a system. Like, for example, my simple sleep success system that I've created. It's basically like a checklist. You just run through it, and that like if you walk somewhere where someone has already walked before, then you get it's easier. Like if you're trudging through the snow, then if you walk where somebody's already walked, it's less effort. And so when we're improving sleep, if you can just follow a path that many people have already got done before you, then isn't that the best way to go? Like it's easier, it's faster, and you don't have the doubt creeping in because you know someone's already gone that way. Anyway, so that's it for today's episode. Just to recap, I really want you to just think about, get your piece of paper. We last week we identified your current issues, but this week we need to identify your goals to know where you're going. And because I'm going to be sharing over the coming months, I'm just sharing all the info with you. So we need to establish your goal before we get to that place. So write it down and share it with someone, share it with a friend, say you're going on this journey to reach your sleep goals. And yeah, that's what we'll do next week. What am I talking about? I can't remember. Let me pull it up here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to share the 3 most common obstacles that are holding you back from improving sleep. So, yeah, I'm going to debunk those 3 common obstacles and that are trapping you in the sleep deprivation, and I'm going to share with you how to escape. So that will be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And in the meantime, if no one else is in your corner, then I want you to know that I've got you. Okay, I've got you. We're going to do this together, and you've got this. I believe in you. All right. I will catch you all next week.